What's up, Jim? Here's your day 2 workout. I just wanted to go over your activation exercises. The warm-up is going to be the exact same as day 1. Okay, so remember those bands we had in the first workout. You're going to utilize these again in the second. So for the first one, you're going to do a elevated toe touch. Basically what that's going to be is elevating your toes on a stick, or you can use plates. All right. And what you want to do is put something between your thighs. I would use like a yoga block. Just set it between your thighs, elevate your toes, hinge back, and touch. Keep squeezing really tightly into the yoga block. Okay, do like 10 of those. The next one I believe I wrote was a lying hip abduction. So this is another good one for your hip. All right, so you're gonna lay on your side. Basically put your head in your hand like this. You're gonna keep your feet together, and then you're just gonna open up. Okay, open all the way up, hold it for a second, and then relax on the way down. Do a bunch of those since you can really use it for the hips. So let's go like maybe 15 on each side. And finally, the last one, using the half-inch super band, you're gonna do bird dogs. So tuck your foot into the band like so. You wanna grab this at a position that you're creating tension here. Okay, make sure your alignment's good, your knees under your hips, hands under your shoulders, and you're just gonna extend the right arm along with the left leg. Try to keep your toe dorsiflexed towards your shin. Come in, just like that. Again, about 15 on each side. Those are your 3 activation exercises. Into the workout, the first one I believe I had was a sumo deadlift, which I'm sure you know, but just to reiterate, pick a moderate to heavy weight, okay? Set up right in the center. Okay, knees are gonna track outside the feet, go down. If you wanna go less knees and more hip, push back and get more hip involvement into this, okay? But I would suggest to start out, I don't know if you've been doing this kind of stuff lately, but this is probably your best bet is to actually use a little more knee flexion just to protect your back at the start until you get the strength up, okay? So sumo deads, chin-ups I don't have to show you. Just make sure, ideally, if you have anything in your gym with a neutral grip or like a Swiss bar, so you're holding like this is much better for the shoulder, okay, as opposed to wide. Not that it's wrong, just 2 different planes, sagittal plane versus frontal plane. So for you, ideally I'd like you to do the neutral grip. And finally, the last one was a core exercise, prone jackknife. This is the one you commented about. The prone jackknives could be a little tricky, requires some core stability. The best way to get on the ball is to actually just roll over the ball. If you're questioning your ability with these, start with the ball under your knees. If you're a little more advanced, you can go all the way back to the feet. You're just gonna squeeze in, okay, and then go back. What you don't wanna do is drop down and sag, so maintain this position throughout your core, and then if anything, drive your hips up as you flex. Toes coming in as well, all right? Whatever I wrote on those, 10, 12. The second grouping, I believe you had lateral lunges, so you can either go, you can hug a sandbag, you can hold a dumbbell in a goblet position, you can go with 2 dumbbells at the bottom, all right, whichever feels the best for you, but basically you're starting from a neutral position, step out, sink your hips back towards your heel, come back to center, and alternate sides for the rep range that I indicated. The second one is going to be a shoulder press. Again, let's keep that neutral position. So moderate dumbbells, not crazy heavy, just straight up. What I want you to try to do when you press is press around your head. So around and back, and then on the way down, I want you to act like you're scraping a wall behind you, kind of feeling your lats eccentrically coming all the way down and then back around. And then finally, the last one was another core exercise, an isometric stability ball bridge. If this isn't working, you could do it on a bench, right? Arms out and just elevate. I believe I wrote 1 minute on that. Okay, that's basically posterior chain, just really squeeze up. Okay, let's go 1 minute on that. The last 2 were your single joint exercises, pullovers, old school bodybuilding move. You've probably seen it. I want you to be perpendicular over a bench. Okay, so right here, set up, upper back and shoulders, all the way back, extend the hip up, come straight up. Okay, all the way back. I believe I wrote FF, meaning form failure. So do that until you're really struggling. The one thing you want to remember on those is to keep your rib cage down and not flare up. The last one was reverse flies. 2 moderate dumbbells. I personally would use 15s as a max to really have good form and elbows extended, all right? So all the way out, straight out to the side. Make sure you're not coming back because you're using different muscles. You want to focus on post out. So straight out and then back in. Okay, again, form failure. When you're starting to get sloppy, you're done. Okay? For your finishers, you have slams, med ball slams. Everyone does these, but what I see a lot of people do is not use their hips enough. They kind of just throw the ball down with their arms. So use your hips, throw your hips back. Okay, drive your hips back. I believe I wrote either a rep range, like 10 or something, or I wrote 20 seconds. Kettlebell swings, I don't believe I have to show you. You've done enough of those in CrossFit. Just make sure your weight's in your heels and you're sitting back. You're following the speed of the kettlebell going down. A lot of people resist a little bit in the way down. Just flow down and then just drive through. And I want you to extend your knee and hip simultaneously on those. The last one, let me remember. There was 3. You had one more metabolic exercise. I believe I put mountain climbers in there, which are self-explanatory for the most part. Just don't tap the floor when you come up. So you're gonna hover, okay? Hover, all right? Just like that. If I didn't put those, sorry about that, and I'll let you know what you're supposed to do if it wasn't the right exercise. All right, good luck with that, and I'll talk to you soon.